Today we have a question. It is, how do I change the canvas size in Cricut Design Space? This is the Creative Crafters podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Well, first things first, let's open up a new project so at least you're working with a blank screen. If you're worried about just changing the size of what you see on the screen, if you hover your mouse over the edges or the sides, it turns into a double-headed arrow, and then you can drag it either way to increase the width or decrease it. And the same with the top and the bottom, you can increase and decrease. Well, that's the easy answer to the question. Now, if you want to set your canvas to look a little differently, you want a different type of measurement, then you'll go up to the top of the screen when it has your name. There is a drop-down arrow. Click on that drop-down arrow, hit Settings, and then across the top you'll see General, Machines, and then Canvas. And this is not setting the size per se, but it tells you the things that you can change here. For example, the canvas grid could be full, partial, or no grid, but there are other ways to change it once you're back and working on something. And you can also change your units to imperial or metric. And finally, your operation is yes and no. So those are the things that are going to affect what you do with the canvas. Now, I mentioned you could get rid of the grid lines a little easier. So if you went to where it says 0, 0 on the rulers, there's a little square there. If you click it once, you're going to get a blank grid. If you click it again, you'll get a partial grid. If you click it again, you'll go back to a thicker grid. So this is all you need to worry about. Now, resizing the canvas is just putting your mouse on the edges and dragging it one way or the other just to make it larger or smaller. This has been the Creative Crafters podcast and your questions answered.